Let's see, March 24, 12:27 a.m., Tuesday. What a Monday night. What a Monday. Wow. Unreal. Took my older roommate, he was bigger than everybody and older. Took him up to Lansing so he could deposit a check or something in a bank up there. Take him to the library, pick him up, 8 o'clock, come home. On the way back, he's talking about what this shit, the little guy, 35, youngest, shortest guy, kind of fucking alcoholic. He's saying he needs to be hit. He just needs to be hit. I said, I ain't touching anybody, and unless anybody gets in my face and just forces me, I don't touch anybody here. I tell him to leave and everybody to leave, you included, by March 30th, and that's the way it's going to be. I told him that the other day, and the Home Association told me to get rid of him. I told the Home Association there's a couple I want to get rid of, these two, for months, and they don't leave. And, you know, I do it for the money. I can use the money, and shit happens, and it settles down, and I collect the money, and then, maybe a month or 5 weeks, then shit happens, and then we come home, and I get back in my car, and the guy goes, "Where are you going?" The big guy, older guy, so I got a couple of things to do. And then he starts yelling. I hear yelling. And then he comes out and yells at me to come inside the house. He's going to call the police on the other guy, the younger guy. Okay, I go in the house. They're yelling. He's yelling out in the driveway, calling the police. Police come over finally. I called the police, so they coming over. And the video camera shows him, the smaller, younger guy, walking by him in the hallway by the kitchen, him shoving him into the pantry door, and then he, punches him or shoves him back. Okay, the bigger guy who made threats, who's been saying shit, who acts holier than thou and bosses everybody around, he's the one who started it. And then the younger guy, he went probation officer to get in more trouble, and the older guy just yells at the police, telling them what to do. They're incompetent. They put up with it. I showed them the video, and I guess this guy's got a charge against him. He's going to go to court, and I got to get rid of him, both of them. They both got to go. And then I just came home. I went up to the casino, used my free coupons, get my free food coupon, won a couple of bets, then lost it all. Had to get on a house walk, got some 30 minutes of steps in. I was walking around there. Somebody says, "Not in a Fran." He's not, to a Fran. And of course, some other guy says he is not riding Wharton and a Wharton. And I was walking around. Some guy hit a jackpot. He says, he's standing there, a big tall guy. It's like he won $10,000 on the slot machine when I was walking by doing my steps. Wow, 10,000! Never seen anybody hit 10,000 before live. He was pretty happy, and then I did my steps, got kind of perspired. I need to take a shower, maybe. Now, the Fran was at Johnson County Mental Health. She was getting me locked up, saying that nobody's supposed to make more than 30,000 a year, but she made 50,000 a year. That was 20 some years ago. And she said I was mentally ill because I'm an alcoholic because I got drunk at fraternity parties. Well, it's true, I got drunk at some fraternity parties in college, and that did not make me an alcoholic at that point in time or 20, 30 years later. They're all Nazi ass mafia punks. And I've stated that forever, and I'll keep doing this forever. I was at Fran Stouse. She was an older gray haired lady 20, 30 years ago. I don't know how old she is now. She's still around. I don't know. Is that her real name? Do they have real names? Or do they have stage names? Because they're in the police and they're dealing with people like this. So do they use their real names or do they have stage names? I don't fucking know. There are several lookalikes. They all have lookalikes who look like each other to protect themselves. I don't know. I mean, I know they had lookalikes saying shit to me, acting different. Yeah, and I'm not a Wharton grad. My dad went to Wharton. The biological dad supposedly went to Wharton. But too much bullshit about him and his self-proclaimed identity theft, murder, gossip since after I graduated from Purdue and came back here. It's insanity. It's just pure ridiculous, and it broke me in Video Corner. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't take it. So Fran, Fran involved, 30,000 a year. I'm supposed to make 30,000 a minute, and that's based on a $4 billion a year hedge fund paycheck. That's minimum wage for me with my degrees and test scores. And your Nazi ass, punk ass bullshit is not acceptable. You all are from Ford or something? I've heard that. That's one thing he said. The dad said there's some nurse whose dad worked at a Ford plant who she just goes around fucking with people in Stockbroke. She just goes up and starts fucking doing shit. Like police and courthouse back it up. Not acceptable. Ford, minimum wage for me, $4 billion a year. And it's got to be all national news. Everything has to be out front of the nation for this shit. But anyway, I got home, and of course, the old guy who keeps his area just a complete mess, he has the oven on because he's upset. Or he tried to burn down my house. And he says he's the only one who has respect for my house and keeps everything perfect. His area is such a fucking mess it's like it's deteriorated so bad that it's like he pays me the money, I collect it, pay my bills. It's like I don't give a shit about cleaning up anymore, most of it, because it's just gotten to the point where it doesn't matter. That's basically, you're down in the hole. It's like, okay, it doesn't matter anymore. But now I have to kick them all out, and it's good. It's for the best. I really need to get rid of them. These two are fucking ridiculous. Then he said that Brandon was trying to create trouble so he could sue me, and that could be true too. He's sitting there saying that I'm a pussy and he has more money than me. He even said he has more money than me in front of the police. It's like, who gives a shit? What's that have to do with anything, dumbass? You don't have enough money to pay my consulting fee of $1 million a second because you're an idiot. You're an alcoholic, drug addict, lying, two-faced punk. On this issue, I said, you're correct. You can defend yourself when he shoves you, and he's lying. He's a two-faced liar, just like you are. But the video camera shows that you're right on this issue. You both need to get your ass out of here. I don't like you, either of you. See, the other day, he's drunk, the video camera shows him as a bottle outside. He sits outside, or sits on the sidewalk drinking, and it's disgusting. He has no respect for anything. I think he just wants to cause me as much problems as he can and probably make up some lawsuit like the old guy said tonight. He's going to sue me because I lied. Well, he did say several times when I was driving him home tonight that Brandon needs to be hit, and he hit him. He showed him, and then he hit him back. And this Brandon the other night was saying, veterans are right. Veterans always win. You're going to be dead in a couple of days. I got more money than you. I got more money than you. Now, I don't know who's telling him this shit. He's got a dad who's supposedly a veteran who's doing his taxes. His dad's a drug addict in an emergency room, hospital or something. He can't go home and live with his dad. But I don't know. That's why I live here. And everybody loves him. Everybody loves him. Everybody here hates him. He's as fucking insane as the old guy. Nobody loves him. I mean, who the fuck loves him? He's fucking an alcoholic drug addict. Fucking lunatic. But he's got more money than me, but I don't give a shit. I don't play that game, and I don't play any games with you anymore. You're over with. Get out of here. Of course, what else did he say? Catholics lose. Veterans win. What else did he say? I'm a pussy. He's got more money than me. I don't fucking know. Kid's off his rocker. And I believe he probably would manipulate it. They would all manipulate it so they could try to sue me. So really, I'm better off getting rid of all of them down there because there's just too much bullshit going on. A couple of the new guys are pretty quiet and peaceful, but I don't know. I need to get rid of these two, and I just need to get rid of all of them. It's the way it's got to be. It's unfortunate, and the money, $2,200 a month helps pay my bills. Because Maryland owes me $1 trillion for the trespassing charge around 2 years after 85, 86, 87. Video Corner was sold. They went bankrupt, just like I said. My consulting advice. I didn't get paid for it, and I own what, a third at 20, 8%. Dad controlled 50% of the company. Mom and him own 25%. The three brothers own 25%. I own a third 25%. It's 8%, 8 1/3%. Everything was exactly like I said when he was saying how stupid and ridiculous, how stupid I was, and I didn't know anything. I'm 100% right almost all the time. But no, I learned a lesson. I didn't get paid, and I got screwed over by my own mom and dad. Mom called me a chump, said she's going to hurt me. Dad says she's the fucking whore. She's going to turn into the whore she is. The whore she is. He said, he's not my natural dad. He's murdered a whole bunch of guys who look like each other, and he's one of them. They murdered my real dad. Nobody around here cares. What are you going to do about it? I believe it's true. I believe it's like it's true, or it could be just a complete bullshit just to fuck with me up, which it did. It has. So Merrill Lynch, hand me the trillion for the trespassing. Smith Barney, hand me the trillion for your punk ass bullshit. Payne Weber, hand me the trillion. And I own all you. Token, one share, $1 worth, mutual fund, trust, doesn't matter. You don't fucking respect it anyway. So boom, boom. Minimum wage for me is $4 billion a year. The $4 billion a year hedge fund manager got 10-15% return on his hedge fund last year, and he got paid $4 billion. Based on that, I need to get about $4 billion a month, which is $1 billion a week. Dumbass punks. The cost of capital, 10%. I can return 100% a day. Boom, boom, boom. Those billions are supposed to be coming past due, punks. Purdue and the Wilburs teaching the cost of capital budgeting, maximizing stock owner value. But you can't do what they teach you. They teach you useful information, and they pull the rug out from under your feet. You can't do what they teach you. And there's 2 or 3, 4 different Wilburs teaching this shit. And it's all shit all the way through high school and college like that bullshit. Boom, boom. I'll go to lights. Minimum wage, $4 billion a year, punks, for me with this. Because of my ACT percent, GMAT percent, my BSME at Oklahoma State, top ranking in 83, and my experience and everything I've tried to do, because you just don't get it, punks. You're scum. Coldwell Banker, Reese Nichols. I heard their name Crumb the other day, at the bar. Crumb and Coldwell. Just hand me a trillion, punks. Crumb blindsided me, knocked me out. And then he said he was trying to help me. And I slipped and hit myself and fell down. He's just he's an experienced liar. It's the kind of lies these criminals do. I said, real criminals go around accusing everybody else of doing crap and criminal, and they're the ones doing it. And they shoot you and then act like they're trying to help you, but nobody sees it or it can't be documented. And they know how to get it. Blindside you and get away with it. Make up a story. They're fucking good at that shit, aren't they? Because they're all punks. I produced in Sweet 16. I slept through the other day's game the other Sunday morning. I slept through it. I was asleep. We're not up real late, but I couldn't sleep because my stomach was upset. I ate some food, chips and salsa. Saturday night, 4 Barleys, and then it was like 7 to 8. I came home. Couldn't sleep all night. So hand me the trillion, you dumbass punks. Turn yourselves into America. Let America know who you fucking punks are.